Most of us, from the moment we've been born, we've been told in one way or another that there's something wrong with us and we need to be fixed, that we as human beings are naturally flawed. Now, all of these belief systems occur within time and space, cause and effect. They say that the reason human beings are the way they are and the reason we can't behave is because we're flawed, that we're born flawed, and from the moment we're born, we need to be fixed. So most of us have heard this from the time we're born. When we do something that isn't right, we're told that that isn't right. And then if pretty soon it's the thinking, well, some of the thoughts are good thoughts and other of the thoughts are bad thoughts. And then the emotions, some of the emotions are good emotions and some of the emotions are bad emotions. Well, if people are living only within time and space and cause and effect within those belief systems, then some of those things may need to apply. But what I'm saying here is that no one has ever been limited by those. No one has ever been limited by time and space and cause and effect. And this is simply the way it is. And everything, no matter what it is a perfect expression of love, wisdom, and energy. And the only possible way to realize that is to do nothing. Because it's already present. The moment the doing starts, the more appearances are added in, as though appearances added to other appearances can lead to what already is. So what is guaranteed is that if you rest imperturbably, that means without ever giving up, imperturbably. Never be perturbed by anything. No appearance, no matter what it is, poses a threat. No appearance whatsoever is an obstacle. Rest repeatedly for short moments many times until it becomes automatic. That is absolutely all that is required. And like I said, if you don't want to do that, if you just keep listening to this message, conviction will dawn within you because you already know this about yourself. You know, isn't this what we've all been looking for from the moment we're born? We all know that love, wisdom, and energy is what is, and we all know that we already are this, and we're always looking for it everywhere. How can we make this happen? How can we make this come about? It's what we want more than anything else, because it's who we are, and we already know this. So, you know, it's really important for us as individuals, particularly at this point in human history, to take up this very easy way of being and to really hold ourselves to account for it, to hold ourselves to account for who we are as individuals and who we are as a species. And if we do so, then we can evolve beyond the primitive way of thinking about things as bound by time and space, cause and effect. It's already so. You see, we're not really evolving into something new. We're just opening up more into our true nature. The true nature of mind, awareness, that by which we know everything, is already super complete in itself. And its super completeness is an expression of superb helpfulness. So, you know, when we rest as awareness for short moments repeated many times, this becomes more obvious to us. Immediately we see that this benefit is naturally present. It's naturally present. It's our nature. It's never been anywhere else. And then gradually, for most of us, we gain familiarity with that. And we come to see within ourselves that really none of the thoughts we have, none of the emotions, and none of the experiences whatsoever, no matter what they may be, pose an obstacle to the complete ease of our being, to the complete love of our being, to the complete wisdom of our being, and to the complete energy of our being. And when we see this so markedly and undeniably in ourselves, then we know it's true for everyone. You see, there's no one left out. There are no special beings. There are no special beings. Everyone is included in the single non-dual expanse. If the single non-dual expanse truly is a single non-dual expanse, where would there be special people? Where would they be? You know, the forever stainless, flawless awareness has never gotten stuck in special people or in anyone. So, you know, we really need to give this to ourselves. It's so very important. It's so very, 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 very important. The other day, I in the meeting in the morning like this, which we call satsang here, and other places we call it meetings because people don't know the word satsang. But I told that I had been talking to a Swami, and he's lived here many decades, and he was lamenting about the changes in the area. How there are more and more hotels and fewer ashrams, and how at one time this was an incredible place where the only people here were sages and seekers. And he said, oh, you know, this was just such a wonderful time. It was so great. And now everything's changing. The ashrams are being placed by hotels and party goers. And he said, here we have the Holy Ganga. Isn't this a special place? And he said, don't you agree that it's a special place? And I just said, well, you know, everywhere is special. That's the way it is for me. Everywhere is special, no matter what it is. And and I said to him, you know, everything is governed by the law of impermanence. No matter what it is, will change. No matter what appearance is, it will change and it will resolve in the basic space of awareness. And what hasn't appeared, it will appear. So, you know, just as things are always changing, so too this whole scene of the way sages and spiritual seekers get together, that's also changing right now. And today's holy river is the internet. That's where sages and seekers are gathering now. They're gathering on the internet. So for a very long time, these very direct teachings, like the one that the Great Freedom Teaching gives, have been very difficult to receive. They're held by only a few people, and then you have to know where those people are and go there and try to get it, and you may have to prove yourself in order to get it first, or whatever it might be. But you see, things aren't like that anymore. Today, we live in an era where information is increasingly free, including this kind of information. So for the first time in human history, these very direct teachings are open to everyone and spoken in a language that isn't culturally based. So all the terms in the teaching can be understood by everyone in the world. This is just part of the law of impermanence and the way things are always changing. At one time, we as a global human culture appeared to be fragmented because we couldn't travel easily and we couldn't really communicate with each other easily, and we lived in specific geographical areas. So sages and seekers were just in a little geographical area, and they kind of knew each other. Once in a while, someone would travel a few hundred miles to see somebody. But, you know, that isn't the way it is anymore. Everything is wide open. It's completely wide open. And that's the way it is with these very direct teachings too, which throughout all of time have been called the pinnacle teachings, the epitome teachings. They are complete teachings with unerring instruction on how to completely realize what we call in the Great Freedom Teaching, the wisdom body of potent benefit. There's no need to call it anything other than that. We don't need to spiritualize it, religionize it, philosophize it, psychologize it, or anything else. It's about being human. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else, and it's not owned by anyone. So that's what I have to say.